Hi, I'm Mariefiebach of feedyourfamilytonight.com, and today we are making my favorite almond cake that I serve as like a strawberry shortcake. This almond cake is very, very dense and very, very sweet, and a little piece goes a long way. And it starts with 3/4 of a cup of melted butter. To that, I'm adding 1 1/4 cups of sugar. And I'm going to stir that a little bit because I don't want the butter to be too hot before I add the eggs. After I've kind of stirred that in to kind of cool down the butter a little bit, I'm adding 2 eggs and a teaspoon each of almond extract and vanilla extract. So a full teaspoon of almond extract and then a teaspoon of vanilla extract. If you want my recipe for homemade vanilla, it's on my website. All right, so I have a teaspoon each of those and a 1/4 teaspoon of salt. I'm just gonna mix that really well before I add the flour. This cake actually doesn't have any leavener, so it makes for a really dense, sweet, and chewy cake, and it is a texture that I find completely irresistible, like a really good brownie. Now I'm going to add 1 1/2 cups of flour, and that's it for the cake. This cake is going to go into a 9-inch round pan and bake at 350 degrees for 30 to 35 minutes. But before we do that, I want to show you how I prepare this pan and then how I finish off the cake. Again, you basically just want to stir it until all of the flour is incorporated. Then we're going to prepare the pan. To prepare the pan, you are going to first spray it with some cooking spray all the way around. And then I cut a piece of parchment paper into a circle, and I'm going to give you the trick to do that. If you take your parchment paper and you fold it into like a triangle, then you're going to measure to about half the size of the circle and just cut straight across. You end up with a perfect little circle that you can put in the bottom of your pan, and then you're going to spray it again. This is going to keep the pan from, or the cake from sticking to the pan. You're going to spread the batter into the prepared pan, and then we're going to sprinkle it with some toasted sliced almonds. Now I usually get the almonds that are already sliced and I keep them in my freezer, and from frozen to slightly toasty, I don't want them too toasty because they're continuing to bake in the oven, but from frozen to slightly toasty is about 3 minutes on full power in my microwave. I'm going to smooth this out, and then I'm going to sprinkle it with these slightly toasted almonds. This is 3 tablespoons of slivered almonds that I've toasted in the microwave for about 3 minutes on high. And then to add some sparkle, I'm going to add 1 teaspoon of just plain white granulated sugar. And I'm just going to sprinkle that on top, and it's going to give it just a nice extra crunch and a little bit of sparkle. After it bakes 30 to 35 minutes at 350 degrees, you're going to let it cool and take it out of the pan. You'll peel off that parchment paper off the bottom and then slice it. Again, small slices. This is about 12 to 16 servings because it's very, very sweet. I have a pound of strawberries here that I have sliced, and I've mixed with 2 teaspoons of sugar and let them sit at room temperature for a couple of hours. And that kind of helps them release some of their juices, makes them all shiny and glossy. And I just top this almond cake with a little bit of these macerated strawberries. Macerated is what happens when you mix them with the sugar, and then a little bit of fresh whipped cream. This dessert is perfect for the summer. It is so yummy. If you have questions about it, you can join me in the Feed Your Family Tonight Facebook group. This recipe is at feedyourfamilytonight.com.